Brock. This is Brock on your block, and this is a special episode because I'm an elk, and we're at the Elks Lodge, number 906 in Santa Monica, and I'm staying with Les Villados, the
Exalted ruler.
Tell me what an exalted ruler is.
An exalted ruler in a corporate world would be the CEO or the president of a company.
You are exalted ruler of the
Elks 906.
And 906
Represents how long ago that you started the organization.
And how old is the Santa Monica Elks Lodge?
We started in 1904.
You're on Pico Boulevard between 10th and 11th in Santa Monica. It's actually a very welcoming organization. You do a lot of great charity work.
We're a community to help serve the veterans and the Santa Monica city. The children, the homeless people, the veterans.
When did the Elks start in America?
1868.
This is an interesting story because the beginning of the Elks ties into my profession. The Elks started as an organization for a bunch of actors in New York, many of who come from England or Ireland. This was right after the ending of the Civil War, and it developed a lot from that time, didn't it?
Oh, yes, sir. Yes, sir. But a lot of the traditions that initially started this organization came to what we have now. The basic foundation is still within that organization.
But there's a whole national organization with thousands of Elks clubs.
Yes, there are many organizations from coast to coast, but the largest are in the West Coast.
The Elks took hold here.
Yes, it did.
The Elks started the veterans' homes,
Yes, sir.
and that was between World War I and World War II, I understand. And they were the old soldiers' homes. All the veterans that had been injured in the Spanish-American War, in World War I, and in the Civil War.
Yes, it was the Elks' idea to help the veterans, people that came back from war, and they didn't have an organization whatsoever. Nowadays, it has grown. If you look towards the Westwood area, you would see a very large complex over there with the hospitals. We support them a lot. Just recently, as you probably know, we gave freezers to them. We get grants from the National Foundation. Many of the organizations within the Elks generate donations from all across the state. They give us opportunities to give within our own community. We ask the veterans up in Westwood if do something to help them out. And the first thing they came back with is to get freezers for transitional veterans from the homeless sector to get back into the community. It was a great idea. We have especially in Santa Monica, a homeless population, and we want to help them out as much as we possibly can. Every month, first Friday, there's a church organization that would hold a dinner, and the funds from that would go to what we call Winter Coat Program. And the Winter Coat Program gives jackets to the veterans. We had 50 veterans come here. They received winter jackets.
Wasn't only jackets, they got socks, they got clothing.
They got underwear. They got a lot of stuff. They got a little package helping them start off and hopefully get back into the community.
We collect the toiletries for the vets. You know how you go to the hotels and you get all these little shampoos and conditioners. So everybody collects those and brings them in, and then we make little care packages for the veterans.
We do have a huge number of homeless people in Santa Monica. We have over 1,000 people on our streets every night. At one time, I understood it was almost 50%. Now I think it's about 30% of our homeless individuals in Santa Monica are veterans. The fact that the Elks Club has such a commitment, and it's almost a century-long commitment to our veterans, is an important reason to support the Elks in Santa Monica. That's one of the reasons I became a member, and I'm wearing today my official Elks shirt, and I'm going to turn around slowly here and show that I became an Elk in 2017. I didn't know a lot about the Elks. The more I heard, the more I was compelled to not only be a member, but also to help.
We go to the Catholic school and the public school, and we give vouchers to the principals. We ask them to give them to students that may be parentless or lack of parents' guidance or may not receive any gifts this Christmas. We invite them over here. We have over 300 gifts, and we give them a gift for Christmas.
We all think of Santa Monicans as wealthy, and then you realize there are kids who are beyond latchkey kids now, where there are no parents at home. There are veterans who are sleeping on our streets every night. We're not just this wealthy Santa Monica that you hear about.
We do programs for children. One is the Hoop Shoot. One is teaching children to be drug-free, to make them better citizens in the future.
And you give scholarships to Santa Monica high school students.
We actually give scholarship to anybody within the Santa Monica area that is in need.
Let's walk around and talk a little bit about some of the foundations of being an elk. Now, it says Fidelity right in front of your podium, sir.
Yes, sir. Each podium or station, as we call it, represents a different part of what we believe. Fidelity, charity, loyalty, and justice.
And Fidelity?
Fidelity is to teach the guidance of the Elks. At one time, you used to be able to walk into a restaurant and say you're an elk, and they would look at you differently.
I see this one, Justice.
Justice is our system to make sure that everything that you do is just.
Women can be members of Elks too.
In 1995, we decided that we wanted to be welcome to everybody, and women have a vision in all ways. And a lot of the women within our organization are leaders.
Charity. That's the reason I'm happy to be an elk. This desk stands for the Elks Creed to help others.
You look on our wall, you would see the veterans, another organization that we always help. Charity is you want to give back to the community. What made you what you are in life?
Brotherly love. We're talking about brotherly love in terms of love, your brothers, your sisters.
The veteran organization is almost like the same thing as the Elks. You love your brother, the person who stands next to you. If you had to go to a war, you would love them and protect them.
How does someone become an elk?
You just got to be a U.S. citizen, and you have to be over the age of 21, and you can come and apply to be an elk.
What are the yearly dues?
It's only $83.
$83 a year to be an elk.
Yes.
And you have dinners weekly with best dinners in Santa Monica.
Yes, made by our chef.
You have an in-house chef.
Yes, we do. He does all our cooking and the maintenance of the facility. He does an excellent job. Also, he does all the catering.
They're fantastic dinners.
Oh, yeah.
3-course full dinners. And behind me, the Elks also have a bar that members can use. The proceeds from the bar go to help your charity projects. It's a great place for members to sit before and after meetings and talk about the next charity project they're going to do.
Yes.
Well, the Lions have lunch here. The Kiwanis have lunch here. The American Legion.
They have lunch here, too. I'm so proud of people that want to help out and give back to the community.
I'm standing with a member of the Santa Monica Elks Lodge. Your name is?
Dolores Gonzales. I'm First Lady.
Tell me what a First Lady is.
The First Lady is the person that stands next to the ER. We do more of the PR.
Wait a minute, you just said ER and PR. What are those?
The Exalted Ruler and Public Relations.
Oh, you actually do all the work.
Correct.
Okay. Tell me why you're a member of the Elks.
I was actually doing a lot of work 6 years ago when the ER last became a member. I was doing all the background work when he was doing events. I was doing all the leg work. 2 years ago, when he said he was going to go all the way to become Exalted Ruler, he wanted me to join. When I became an elk, I actually learned it wasn't only just an organization for people to hang out. It was actually work. And that's what I've been doing. I've been working hard for 2 years now, doing a lot of the events, the fundraising, working with the Purple Pig.
The what?
The Purple Pig.
Oh, you're the keeper of the Purple Pig.
Yes. In 1950, the California Elks Association brought in a program. It's called CHAMPI. CHAMPI stands for California Elks, Hawaii Elks, and a major project. And the major project, since 1950, we have raised $100.6 million for children with disabilities. Currently, we have 32 therapists working within California and Hawaii. We work with children with disabilities that no other organization can work with. They bring therapies to their homes, to the schools for indefinite time.
I was here when the guest speaker was from the therapy organization. And that actually adds another layer. I talked to Les about veterans and about children. This is yet another program to help children, and I didn't know where the Purple Pig money went.
Everybody that becomes an Elks gets a purple pig, and we ask for you to put your change in it. And every time you have a purple pig that's fat and ready to go, you bring it in, we count the money, and we send it in. It all goes to the kids. A lot of the kids live in rural areas. A lot of them are from migrant workers, and normally they do get some kind of help, but it's not enough. And what Chempy does is actually get the therapist to work with the kids indefinitely until they don't need any help.
That's a wonderful cause.
We collect food for the Westside Food Bank. We also work with the schools with drug awareness program. That's another thing that I do myself. I deliver coloring books. We talk to the kids about illegal drugs. I just finished running a contest, a poster for the children of 3rd and 4th grade, and also an essay writing contest for the 7th and 8th graders regarding illegal drug use. I have children. I have 3 of my own. They come in here and they have learned a lot about giving back to the community. I also bring other kids that I say they're my children, 12 of them. And then they come, they work, they help out in all the events with the veterans, with the children. It has been an eye-opener for them. It has been very humbling also.
I believe that everybody should find a way to pay it forward. Everyone has to find a way to give back because we're all so fortunate. We're not on the streets tonight. We're not living next to a trash can or under a tree. It's our obligation to find ways to help others and at least give them a fair chance in life. A lot of the Elks members are veterans. They have a place to call their own to gather.
We're coming in with new families like my own, and we're bringing in the kids, so those are going to be the future Elks, all nationalities and all walks of life.
Would you advise people to join the Elks, to join with you to help?
Of course, I advise everybody to come in, especially young families. We do have a lot of things that we offer, even our own children. Our children going to college can actually apply for scholarships for college. It's called the Legacy, Elks Legacy. We also do for kids that are not Elk members. So we do a lot of things, and it's beneficial for us and beneficial for our children.
If you haven't been to the Elks Lodge in our community, the Elks Lodge, founded in 1868 nationwide, it has a rich legacy in our country. Come to the Elks Lodge. Be my guest at the Elks for dinner. I'm happy to be an Elk. For Brock and Your Block, I'm Phil Brock. We'll see you